Game face, game face. Let's do it. That
Same.
itself is a joke.
Don't give away too much, but are there any...
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice. Started with Purna Chandrika, then I sang Kalyani, Paras,
Wow.
Kambodi, I sang and it was over after that. It was over. I mean, no, I don't want to give too much, but
Oh, okay. There are traits.
okay, I have to sing and show you. Drona Karna Duryodhana Dihara Draupadi Mana. Well, you just have to find out, huh?
Appreciate that you're doing this extempore.
Yeah. Alright.
So we'll start with a icebreaker.
Okay.
The challenge is for you to try and control your laughter.
Okay, wait. First, I'm gonna make my serious poker face. So, just give me a second. Game face, game face. Let's do it.
Okay. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Shubha.
Shubha who?
Shubha Pant.
Who? Shubha Pant who?
Shubha Pantu Varali.
Okay.
Okay. Who's the most famous Tamilian son of Gandhiji? Dinesan.
What?
He is the father of Dinesh.
Wait, what?
Gandhiji is father of Dinesan.
Oh my god.
Okay. We're through the icebreaker.
I would have preferred just to laugh at these. Why did you tell me not to laugh?
How is the music season really different from the rest of the year?
This concept of season is something completely amazing when you have a cluster of artists, musicians and dancers being in the same vicinity. The way it has grown and the sheer number of performances that happen. For me, as a vocalist, from a very individual perspective, the premium that I give to rest and taking care of my body and mind adequately is the most different thing that I do compared to the rest of the year. You definitely have to rise to the occasion, just as you have to do in any performance or whatever, but definitely it's like, of course the sports players will tell you it's different when they're just playing a match or a game or whatever, as opposed to like single elimination or a World Cup or like the playoffs or something. Or it is different. It is definitely psychologically different. Body, mind, spirit, just keep all of it in the right place.
What does it take to building the stamina to last for 30-45 days with singing for 3-4 hours each time and then having to recharge immediately to do that?
When I was a student and I started, training in earnest, we were always told that we need to have the stamina to perform for 3-4 hours and even more and stuff like that. So, considering the training that we go through, or the training that I have been through, technically speaking, just minutes wise, this should actually be a breeze. But that being said, the frequency of performances is more. So like I said, there becomes a premium on the rest you give your body and the rest you give your mind. And through the years, as I have grown as an artist and performer, I should say that the number of concerts that I take up has decreased significantly. So it is definitely what I think is a very manageable number. I feel I'm grateful to be at that point where I feel I have a good happy medium.
Got it. So we've mined some data from all your concerts of last year.
Yeah.
You want to see how good your memory is?
But I have like a
general sense
pretty
of
decent recollection of what I sang at what place, I think.
Yeah.
Especially last year, I can tell you. So, what do you want to hear? So answer the first one?
Yeah.
So, okay. So that was, I started with Purna Chandrika, then I sang Kalyani, Paras,
Wow.
Kambodi. I sang a Virukam. Icebreaker Fine Arts. Started with Janaki Ramana, I think.
Yeah. Wow.
I sang Kannada.
Yes.
Before that, I sang something else. I don't remember what that was. I sang a Pallavi in Gaula,
Correct. Wow. The last performance in the series when you were slightly indisposed.
Well, not slightly, but okay.
Indisposed. Fair enough. Mind over matter. Tell us a little bit about that performance because I don't know how I'm sure you would have struggled a lot, but when it came out, it was like you were fighting with the elements and then somehow the raga had to oblige you and come out in tune, and it was really special to witness that. Tell us a little bit about that performance.
So, I wasn't at 100% to begin with, but after I think the first song, I actually crashed. I went from 100 to literally like 20 or 30. And it took me like a moment to collect myself again because I couldn't believe what had just happened. So it was sheer adrenaline and massive support from my co-artist that day. That just somehow I just put something together, and I guess people were really, I don't want to say forgiving, but I guess, I don't know, somehow, some way, Providence has earned me enough leverage for people to feel empathetic towards me that day and stick with me, even through like a really tough moment. So I felt very grateful that I had that support from everybody who was present that day, both on and off stage, and it was very special for me, really. More than Kapi, like
Krishnani was so beautiful.
Energy was very different that day. It was very memorable for me, and it was over after that. It was over. Everything was over. It took me 3 months to completely recover from that. So it's just one of those things. Maybe for not ideal reasons, but still, it was super memorable. I don't think I'll ever forget that in my life, actually.
I see that you sing a lot of Sanskrit verses in your concerts. Is that you typically work on to make sure that before the concert you understand the meaning maybe, or you kind of go through the right pronunciation when you are, especially like breaking the words in the right places and so on?
For me, it's two things. Actually, it's quite a few things actually. One thing is I'm very well trained by my guru, who is a polyglot. He has absolute mastery over Sanskrit in particular, and a very, very deep working knowledge of the other languages that we commonly use in Carnatic music, Tamil, Telugu, and Kannada, and even Hindi. Actually, I would say he has a great knowledge of languages and how they work in particular, in general. So I have been lucky to train under such a scholar like him. So that has been obviously a big part of my musical upbringing. And in general, I have my own thoughts towards what responsibility means. First of all, we are not composing our own lyrics and singing them, so we owe a certain sense of responsibility to the great people who have given us this, right? The least we can do is at least be honest and be responsible towards somebody else's work,
Right.
to represent it as best as we can.
Right.
So I feel that sense of duty. Notwithstanding, I make a ton of mistakes because I am not like a language scholar on my own, but I try. And second thing is, I just have a liking for these languages. I feel that just as a lay person, it's extremely beautiful to listen to. It's extremely beautiful to say these words So, I make an effort, I try to say it right. And there's also something to be said about the emotional value of these lyrics when they're said properly and they're split correctly. Even if you don't know the exact meaning of every single word, and when combined with the natural beauty of these ragas that we handle, you don't really need to know much to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
Notwithstanding that, you yourself said that sometimes you make mistakes.
Yeah.
What is your go-to recourse when you forget lyrics? Have you forgotten, first of all, any time? And if that happens,
of course.
And then how do you manage it? Do you ask the violinist, or do you ask the people to help you out? What do you do?
Obviously I have performed with my guru many times, right? Both my gurus have played alongside me so many times, they have helped me numerous times. I have to say, especially my guru Sri Ram Kumar sir, he kind of gets a little tense when he feels I may be on the verge of messing up. I can see it in his eyes, and sometimes I just have to look over and I'll be okay. But in other instances, even the other artists that I perform with, sometimes they know the lyrics and they help me out. Other times, I don't want to give too much, but
okay. There are trade secrets.
Sometimes repeating a line or just going back one line and singing it again just gets you back in the flow, and sometimes it helps bring something back. So that's something I do sometimes.
Got it. When you're starting off a concert, the sound from you yourself is not up to scratch to your standards. How do you kind of tide over that concert?
You kind of learn these things on the fly by just sheer experience. So when you're not feeling a certain type of way on a certain day, you know how to kind of circumvent it by doing certain things. Right? And those certain things are very different for different people. So I would say that it's more of a state of mind. As you said, we are professionals and we have a responsibility, we have a commitment that we have to honor. And most of the times, actually, to be really, really, blunt and frank with you, sheer energy, sheer adrenaline takes you through most of the time. Because the spotlight is on you. And like you said, you cannot step away. So what do? You either rise or you either wither. And to even be in this space, you have to be highly driven, highly competitive, and highly self-motivated. So you're not going to let yourself just wither like that. Yeah?
If you were to describe your own personality using a raga, what raga's personality would describe you as a person?
That's a good question. See, I think any raga's character I wouldn't say entirely, but a lot of it has to do with how it's being handled. The best example I can give you is in Balagopala, the Kriti Balagopala and Bhairavi. I have to sing and show you. Drona Karna Duryodhana Dihara Draupadi Mana Samrakshana Kara Drona Karna Duryodhana Dihara Draupadi Mana. You can tangibly see the difference in tone between the way Bhairav is used for Drona Karna Duryodhana Hara, which means the one who kills the enemies such as Duryodhana, and then the emotion that's used for Draupadi Mana Samrakshana when he's saving the honor of a woman. Right? So the emotion of the raga is really how you perceive it and how you handle it. So I would say that, I don't mean to not give a direct answer for the question, But personality types and an emotion of the raga are both
Multifaceted?
similar in the sense because they're all very malleable, very multifaceted. At different times they give you different things. And I would even go so far as to say that you don't know what it's going to give you sometimes. And everything is like, it's like holding a mirror up to yourself. Right? When you judge a person for what you think they are or how you think they behave or act or whatever, it's actually a reflection of your mind state at that particular moment at that you're seeing them and judging them.
Right.
So if I go into something, with like a really aggressive mindset or whatever, then ragas don't sound like that.
Got it.
Right? Ragas don't reflect how I'm feeling. And at the same time, the way I sing the ragas is a reflection of me. It's a reflection of my mind state at that point.
Okay. Looking forward to all these colors from you in this season. Are there any, don't give away too much, but are there any...
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice.
Are there any like couple of ragas or items that you are specifically prepping for the season? Do you do those kind of things, or it's like on the day of like what you feel like?
Well, you just have to find out, huh?
Oh, okay.
I can say that I do plan on stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit. So I'll give you that much.
This is very teasing. Lastly, any message for your hardcore fans who keep following you around?
I'll see you around.
Yeah, see you.